If you're new to cruising, you might be worried about what you can pack on a Carnival cruise. They won't make you go to the brig or walk the plank for trying to bring your pet goldfish on board, but it's still important to know the rules so that you can spend less time in security and more time soaking up the sun. This is a list of 10 items not to pack. In fact, these items are banned. Number 5 just might surprise you. Number 10. Anything that heats up. Carnival Cruises transports millions of people every year, and for some reason, they would like to keep doing this without fire involved. Gee, I wonder why. That includes making everyone leave their heated items at home, such as irons, heated blankets, heating pads, hot plates, toasters, and so on. But you can bring personal grooming devices that heat up, including hair dryers, flat irons, and curling irons. Everything that makes you say, cruise hair, but still kinda do care. Number 9. Hoverboards. Have you ever seen those videos of people confidently riding hoverboards on Christmas morning with big smiles on their faces, and then they immediately fall and go flying? Now imagine that happening on an outside deck of the ship. Not only would that be a bad time for you, but cruise lines probably don't like to lose their paying customers either. Number 8. Weapons. Weapons are in the common sense category of what not to pack, but just keep in mind that it includes everything covered under a concealed carry license. Carnival also specifically mentions no throwing stars, which ruins my next vacation plans. The Lido deck would be much more fun with the addition of a throwing star range. Be sure to check your car or house keychain for any mace that you may regularly carry, because that counts as a weapon too. Number 7. Scissors. Scissors are in the same category as weapons, with a few exceptions. For example, if you use large scissors for scrapbooking or quilting, you're in luck. All you have to do is follow several meticulous steps and you'll be on your way to cutting tiny heads off of tiny pictures in no tiny amount of time. You must first notify security services before you board. The scissors will then be held in the custody of the guest services manager or the chief security officer. You must then check them out and in when you want to use them. And obviously, after you get them, don't be tempted to run. Number 6. Homemade or pre-cooked foods. Maybe you usually travel with a batch of grandma's homemade cookies in a Tupperware dish. Or maybe you usually pack a sandwich in case you get hungry while waiting in line for your vacation to start. Or perhaps it's even possible that you want to pack a rack of lamb because you have food allergies to everything else. Unfortunately, due to food safety and contamination issues, you won't be allowed on the boat with these items. There is just no reasonable way to ensure that they're kept at a safe temperature. While you party in the boarding line outside the terminal, the germs on your food are having their own party. Foodborne illnesses are just one of the major sicknesses that cruise lines have to keep their passengers safe from. Number 5. Fish. There are 2 possible scenarios here of trying to bring fish on board the ship. The first scenario is that you own a pet goldfish and you don't want it to be lonely while you're on your vacation, so you try to bring the fish with you. Scenario 2 is that you caught fish while on an excursion and you have some sort of fish plan for when you get back home from your trip. Either way, no fish allowed. So if someone tells you that you'll be sleeping with the fishes, it won't be in your cabin and you should probably watch your back. The good news is that any fish caught during an excursion can be shipped home for safekeeping. Number 4. Surge protectors. Surge protectors are a tricky topic. After going on your first cruise, you'll realize that you need more outlets to charge your devices. Innocently, you may pack a power strip for your next cruise, but if your power strip has a surge protector, it will get confiscated by Carnival. The reason is fire and shock. You may have noticed now that fire, bad. But back to the surge protector. To make a long and complicated reason short, surge protectors do not work the same on cruise ships because ships are wired differently than outlets in your home. These types of power strips are usually used to prevent fires, but can actually do the opposite in this case. Number 3. Handcuffs. Handcuffs. What can you say about handcuffs? Cruises are romantic, you have alone time with your partner, you start drinking, next thing you know, you've lost the key. Carnival decided that they could either pay to have the jaws of life on each sailing, or they could just prohibit handcuffs. At least you won't have to worry about your picture being on the digital front page of the Fun Times for that mishap. Number 2. Mind-altering beverages. Most adult beverages are not allowed to be packed and taken on the ship. The big exception here is that each adult can bring one bottle up to 750 milliliters of wine or champagne. The Cheers package is available if you're one of those people who want to get ship-faced. Just use caution when partaking because you're practically floating in the middle of nowhere with just a railing in between you and the water. Otherwise, watch out for bad sunburns when you fall asleep on a deck chair and wake up just in time for the Red Frog pub to open again. Number 1. THC products. This one might seem tricky to some and pretty clear-cut to others. So for the people who find this one tricky, although many states have legalized these green products, you will be entering international waters where the laws aren't the same as the laws in your home state. Due to the difference in laws and visiting other countries, there will be no Bob Marley-like activity allowed on Carnival cruises for now. Yes, even if you consider this a medicine in your state, yes, this also includes CBD for some reason, and yes, in any form.